Well, welcome back to the MANvFAT Wales YouTube channel, the hallowed and really hot Changing Room 2, the In Conversation couch, and I'm joined by, well, you've got many names at the moment. You've got loads of names these days.
Michal Simo Deco.
I hate that so much. People say it, and I think, don't respond to that, Mike. Don't give them that satisfaction. My favourite is Flapper.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it doesn't seem to have caught on as much.
Just amongst the former Oranges, my name is and forever will be Flapper.
I just think that's great.
Because of the wings attached to either side of my head.
Is that?
Is that? Yeah. What do you think it was?
Like flapping about stuff, like over.
All right.
And I thought that's
I'm quite
Markish,
easy going.
It's the wings thing.
Because of my massive ears.
We do have rather large ears, and they're very prominent at the moment because we're in this room.
It was for all of season 1. I had long hair. I was getting long hair, so it covered my ears, and that when I cut my hair at the start of season 2, and the fact that I lost quite a bit of weight, they just got more pronounced on my head, and it was Swifty was like
Swifty.
Yeah.
Central Swifty.
Yeah. Who are you? He was like, who are you? And I think he started calling me Flapper. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Flapper is a name.
Yeah, I really like that. But here we are, I think probably 7-ish minutes into the video, and I'm joined by Michael Simmons-Dickens of the Breakfast Raptors, possibly my favourite name of all of the teams. And definitely my favourite kit by some distance.
It is a good kit.
By some distance. This is obviously our second time here on the couch. I rewatched our first one just before this, and I wasn't happy with it. My head's not even in it. My head is like sort of off the top of the frame. That was back in the tripod days and the Samsung days. My phone, we're filming that on, and here we are in the same boiling room but with some decent kit. And I would like to start by talking about a very special competition that we'll be running, and in partnership, I should say, with the MANvFAT Wales podcast, and it is for a copy of Michael Simmons-Dickens, Michal Simo Deco Flapper's band, Colours of One, and the new album Vessels.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about Vessels?
About Vessels, Watson. Vessels is a labour of love that we've done. We've created over the last 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, it's we've had a lot of sort of ups and downs over that period. It's basically the collection of sort of 13 best songs over that period, and it's not an album that's been we've booked out a studio and recorded it in the studio. It's a lot of it's been like recorded in our bedrooms.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So most of the vocals on the album were recorded in my dining room with a blanket over my head to try and muffle the sound. This is like a proper DIY album.
So you didn't use the studio for any of the material?
We used the studio to track drums, because it's very difficult to track drums in your house without seriously annoying the neighbours. So that was the only place that we used for recording.
Oh, that's nice.
But we did use a studio down in Llangennych in West Wales, Sonic One Studios, to do a lot of the mixing and mastering of the album. But in terms of actually all of the recording has just been done in our bedrooms pretty much.
It's pretty sexy artwork as well. Can you talk to me? So we've all heard Bones of Hope at this stage, the first single from the album. What's your favourite song?
My favourite song.
Are you allowed to have a favourite? Is it like having a favourite child?
It changes from week to week. There's a song on there called "Things That Have Learned to Walk," which is sort of our masterpiece, as it were. It's not going to be a radio single.
That jumped off the page at me as like a funny name.
Yeah.
Something that struck me straight away. It's the only name that takes 2 lines on the track list.
I pinched it from a Stuart Lee article in The Guardian. I can't remember what it was about, but I remember that's an interesting line. I nicked that.
Take that.
Yeah, sort of built the chorus of the song around that, and most of the lyrics on that song are actually written by our bass player. Usually I write the lyrics, but he wrote the majority of the lyrics on that song.
Oh, okay.
And that song was kind of his baby, really. That he went away and wrote all of the parts, basically. And we've never played that song live, and our drummer was recording the drums through. Actually, heard the song the whole way through, because it was kind of like Lewis had written some of it on the train, and he knew how the drums needed to go in different parts. So we were in the studio recording the drums, and like, Paul, you just need to do this or this bit, like, and he wasn't really playing any music.
Yeah.
And then we built the music on top of top of that, and so the first time we heard everything put together, which was Lewis's vision, really, our bass player vision, was sitting down in the studio in West Wales, mixing it with Tim, who mixed it for us, just putting all these pieces together. And I was there on that day, on the mix session, but our drummer Paul, who played drums to nothing, just playing the part. We sent him sort of the finished mix, and that was the first time he heard the song. He said sort of like quite welled up about it. He was just so impressed with the song. So anyway, that's Things I've Learned to Walk. It's like nearly 6 minutes. It takes you on a bit of a journey. It starts off with acoustic.
I love stuff like that, and I love the stories behind bands when they record their albums. I remember reading a Chad Kroger interview when I was in my teens and didn't think Nickelback was shit. And he was talking about when one of the licks on Dark Horse, I think it was, that he actually came up with and recorded on the tour bus through a mini stack just on his phone.
Yeah.
Sent that to the boys, and that's the audio track that was used in the song. And I think you don't get any of that when you just go out and buy an album. You just get 12 good songs.
Yeah.
So to hear stuff like that, I find absolutely fascinating. But I'm not sure how the footballing audience will.
If we go too in depth. Yeah.
But obviously, we all really excited for you and the new album. So, MANvFAT World's podcast is going to be running a competition for this very copy of Vessels. The details on how to enter the competition and indeed win will be in the description. I hate when people do that. Like below, subscribe over here. But either up there on Facebook or down there on YouTube will be the details of how to enter the competition. You need to like this post and a few other bits and pieces as well, which we will get into in the post. And that's that. The winner will be announced next Friday before the session, as in this Friday. This is going out on Tuesday. So please do get involved. We're going to put that there for the rest of this chat. So if we can talk about slightly more laned into the MANvFAT stuff now.
Yeah.
One of my favourite things about MANvFAT is off-scales victories. And one off-scales victory that you shared with us during the hype train for Bones of Hope was, look at me in my last music video and look at me now. And I would pop for the stuff like that. I actually cheer in my house when people share things like that. So do you want to talk about what that was and what that sort of came to be following?
Yeah, so when we released our most recent music video, that was the first video that we did since I joined MANvFAT.
Mm-hmm.
So the previous one, before the program, you can sort of clearly see the impact that's had on me. I've lost weight. I've lost quite
significant.
And you could.
However, we get the picture up here
you can see
now.
Yeah,
you can see it there. Wow, look at that.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just another one of those sort of like celebration of the program, really. This really works. It really worked for me.
It's really
stark. Chuffed with it. So.
Is there anything else that's benefited you in your musical endeavours, shall we say, that's come as a direct result of your participation in this program?
Well, I think part of the music industry is about being visual, doing the press shots, doing the music videos, and putting yourself out there as a physical thing to look at. And that can be quite difficult if you don't feel particularly good about yourself. If you feel like you're overweight. And so whenever we did music videos in the past or press shots, you know, I accepted that was just part of what we had to do, but I never really felt that comfortable doing them. So now I feel a lot more comfortable. I wouldn't say like I'm a movie star or I enjoy that stuff or anything like that, but you feel a lot better about yourself. You feel, you know, a lot more confident in hitting the share button to send people to look at these things.
I've noticed on the Colours on One page you've done a few videos recently.
Yeah.
Is that, obviously I've already followed since I know you in the programme, but would you do stuff like that before?
I haven't done that as much. No, I'm much more. I feel more confident to do those types of videos. So yeah, I'll do videos requesting people to hit subscribe or
what's the word?
Or you know, click this link. You know, it's stuff like that. Help us out. And I think it's quite nice to do those sorts of videos.
Yeah,
I always
no,
felt
it
a
works.
bit uncomfortable, you know, seeing yourself back on.
I don't like it. I struggle with these. Yeah, the only one I watched without hesitation really was the Ian Holloway one. I wasn't looking at me. I think it's probably something you never get over, right? That whole media stuff and sharing it to people that look at me. This is what I'm selling. That never really goes away.
No,
but
it's not it's not really what you enjoy about being in a band.
Sure.
In music, it's a little bit, can be a bit of a novelty sometimes. But the reason you pick up a guitar and you start writing songs with your mates isn't so you can do fancy press shots. It's so you can create stuff together and have a laugh. So it is always going to be, I think, with me and within my band, where this is a bit. This stuff you have to do.
For sure. Well, clearly a direct correlation to feeling better and looking better and feeling better about that stuff. Since we sat down, I think it was episode 7, it was in the first 10 that we sat down and recorded. Yeah. You've gone on to win, I think, everything that we have to offer. And I was tempted to list them off, which one it was. Top scorer season 1, top scorer season 2, 5, 10, 15, 20% targets and BMI boss. Am I missing any there?
Alex's player of the season
Alex's player of the season.
Yeah, I think those are my individual
And if it made if it was recorded on the last device, I did say we wouldn't talk about the orange stuff, but you're also a 5 league titles winner out of a possible 6.
Yeah. And a cup winner.
And the cup. So pretty glittering, really. What gets you up and going? Because you've lost a huge amount of weight, right? All the way down to a considered healthy weight under the NHS BMI scale. What does that mean to you? And do those individual milestones help with that, or is there something else that ticks you over and keeps you going?
No, they do. It's nice to have something to aim to. Like medium-term aims. You know, those 5%, 10%. Those medium-term aims really help you focus. So those have been really good. What motivates me is next week. So there's always a game then on Friday.
That's the quote. Right? I love that.
And I've got I know that I need to come under. I need to weigh lighter than Friday. I have to do that. And there's things I can do in the week to make sure I am. So I'm always focused on. I always have a good weekend. I always, as soon as the games are, well, to be honest, as soon as I've weighed on a Friday, I'm stuffing my face with stuff. Saturday, Saturday is treat day. So do you know Brian Butterfield?
No.
It's an amazing Brian Butterfield skit of Peter Serafinowicz.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a skit. There's this character called Brian Butterfield, and he's got this diet plan, which is basically very similar to what my diet plan is, but he takes it to the extreme. But anyway, so Saturdays I enjoy myself, and then I'm sort of back on it and concentrating, and Friday I make sure I'm underweight, and I always am. Well,
you've never gained, am I right?
Once. I
Oh,
gained.
okay.
Well, other
It was
than,
nominal.
other than Christmas, I gained.
Right.
Which,
Okay.
you know, if you're not gaining weight till Christmas, then are you having Christmas?
Do you even have Christmas?
Yeah. I put on 100 grams 1 week during the cup. But other than that,
Amazing.
And last week I stayed the same.
No, that's not.
That's
not okay.
But yeah, I have. Other than that, I've lost weight every week for you know, not far away from a year now.
I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that we're all incredibly proud of you. The BMI Boss week or 20% week that you hit was an amazing moment. I remember it. It was, you were being cheered on in the office, and everyone was really excited for you to hit it. And I think it's fair to say that you're one of the biggest success stories of the program.
Thank you.
And keep going, because I know you're not done. I think that's great. So thank you so much for coming in, backing with me. Congratulations on the album, which you can pre-order now from the Colours of One website.
Yeah, Colours of One website.
Colours of One website.
Yeah.
But you can also enter the competition by liking the post, following the instructions wherever they are, to win this very copy, which will be in my bag for a week. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
See you soon.